Hey guys, welcome back to the Unsavvy Budgeter. It's been a while since I've last spoken with you all, and in this video, we're going to be going over our August budget. I do owe you a July budget closeout, and that's going to be coming out next. But before we dive into this August budget, I do have some news to share with you guys, which will be reflected in this August budget a little bit. We had traveled to Georgia for a week and a half to try to find a place to rent. That was our plan, but we ended up buying a house instead. It was a really stressful and hectic experience for the both of us, and it honestly caused a lot of heated arguments between me and my husband. We didn't necessarily see eye to eye throughout this whole process and the big decision, but we were able to work it out and get through this. I mean, we're still going through this whole process because we're currently in escrow right now, but we're crossing our fingers, hoping that everything works out smoothly. I'm not going to dive too much into the details of what our experience was like in this video, but if you're interested in hearing about that experience of us buying a house during this crazy market and during the pandemic, then I'm happy to share that with you guys in a separate video. So let me know in the comments below if that's something that you would love to hear about. But for now, let's go ahead and dive right into this August budget. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't already. And if you're new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe so you could stay tuned for future videos. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So here is our August budget dashboard. We have our income sources, and the first thing is our projected paychecks. This is really a approximate guess just because I just started my new job this week and I'm not sure what my paycheck is going to be looking like just because I haven't gotten my first paycheck yet. And at this company, I get paid twice a week on the 5th and the 20th of every month. So until I get paid on the 5th and I see what the deductions are, we're just guessing what our projected paychecks will be. So we went ahead and estimated for that to be a little over $10,000. Side hustles, nothing. We do have some plans to have a garage sale and sell some more items in our home on Facebook Marketplace because we are quickly packing up our things and getting ready to move out. We have reimbursements for $420. Majority of that is coming from my HSA reimbursements for my therapy sessions from the prior month. And then we have a new line item, which is rent. We have a new tenant that's going to be moving into our home last week of August. So we have a prorated rent that we're going to be charging them, and they'll also be paying their security deposit. We also were really lucky with the seller that we bought our home from in Georgia. They also needed a place to stay until they found housing. So they're paying us rent while they're staying there. So that was great for us. And then that gives us a total income of a little over $15,500. Then our available balance. With our checking account, we had a little over $2,100 in our checking account. And with the total income sources, that brings us to a total available balance of $17,709.80. So next we're going to go over the amount to be budgeted. There's that total available balance, no safety buffer this month. And we have our mortgage that's going to be deducted the beginning of August. So we went ahead and accounted for that, which is $2,689.68. And then we have $15,000 to work with that we budgeted out for the different categories, which zeroes us out. For our categories for this month, we have budgeted $4,005 for our savings. Last month we had completely depleted our emergency savings, so we wanted to make sure that we replenished that and some more in case anything comes up unexpectedly. So we went ahead and added that. We have a little over $2,300 for household expenses, most of this being for our mortgage, HOA, and a little bit for home repairs. For our debt payoff, we've budgeted a little over $2,200. This is to cover any leftover credit card expenses that we haven't paid yet, but we're still trying to manage to pay our credit cards off within 30 days before the statement closes, before we have any interest that accrues. We also have money set aside for paying the student loans. Then other category is money we have to pay back to our family. We borrowed some money from them last month for some moving expenses that we didn't have enough for, or at least cash at hand. So we went and borrowed some money from them, and they were graciously nice enough to lend us that money. So we've budgeted a little over $1,500 to pay them back. Sinking funds is close to $1,500. It's the usual sinking funds that we've set aside to save up for some upcoming expenses like the holidays towards the end of the year. We have a little over $1,300 budgeted for life events. That being, we just rented a storage unit so that we could move our items into storage, since we're having a tenant move in end of this month, but we're not moving to Georgia until October. So in between, we're packing up the whole house, moving into storage, and living with my parents for 2 months until the move. And then we have just a little bit of money for any miscellaneous moving expenses. We also have a notary that we're most likely going to have to pay for to help us complete our paperwork for closing on our house. And utilities, we've budgeted $520. This is a little bit higher than normal. We've added an extra $75 for electricity just because it's been really warm these past couple of months for the summer. And health and beauty, $480. This is really like my me time, so that you guys have seen that in the prior months. Personal spend is $325 for my husband and I. And food, we've budgeted $300 just because we're trying to clear out everything in the fridge, the dried goods, so that we don't have to take any of that with us to my mom's. My mom and dad are going to be most likely cooking majority of the time, so that's nice. We don't have to worry about food when we're staying with them. And then when it comes to transportation, we have $250, a lot of it being towards the gas, just because we expect to be driving quite a bit more this month. Pet care, the typical $135 that we set aside, and subscriptions close to $90. And we have a birthday coming up that's going to be $25 that we've budgeted for that birthday gift. And clothing is nothing because we're done with the shopping on clothing items, so we're not budgeting anything for that. And I forgot to mention that personal spend is up by $40, and that's to account for my husband's haircut for the month. I've been trying to cut his hair myself, but we have a wedding coming up and things like that, so I just want him to go get a professional haircut so that I don't mess up his hair. Here we have our little pie chart, and this is currently showing the percentages of everything that we've budgeted for. It's going to change as our budget updates with the actual spending, but the biggest categories that we've budgeted for is savings, and then in second place and third place we have household and debt payoff. Usually we like to see debt payoff be number one So this month is quite different than what we are normally seeing in the previous months, but you know, that is life. And with our bar graph, you don't see anything on there yet, and that's not going to start changing until the spending happens. So that's really everything for our August budget. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you have any questions about some of the expenses and categories that we budgeted for, and if you want any further clarification on that. So thanks so much for watching, you guys, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video.